back.
We are back, and guess what else is back? You know, I can't tell you how long it's been. We've had this car for 3 years now.
Yeah.
And it really didn't mean that much to me because, you know, when I crashed the old one, I was heartbroken, you know, and everybody's seen that. But we got this one done. A good friend of ours, Dennis McPherson, and the boys at DMC put it together for us. And, you know, it just wasn't the same. It wasn't the car Jeffrey and I built. And, you know, and I guess the small block just, it really didn't do it for me.
No,
you know?
I mean, it was cool, but, I mean, we were going to run into the same issues we were running into with the big block that Sean ran into. Or, you know, you create so much work for yourself by beating it to death that
Absolutely.
it takes the fun right out of it.
Yep. So, you know, that car just sat there. I mean, it sat there how long? We took the PRI show. We did all the stuff. We did Tri-5 Nationals with it last year, ran it. It was great, and everybody was wondering why we didn't bring it back out. You know, I had this car built for the street show. And, you know, when I crashed that one, you know, that was a big part of our life. That was something Jeffrey and I worked tirelessly on and built with our blood, sweat, and tears. And now that we have this one, when we got it, we were hurried up and put the small block in. It was exciting. And, you know, we ran it. It was fast, but it wasn't like what Jeffrey just said. It wasn't what we wanted. So, you know, we ran it for a little bit, and, you know, we bought the Mustang because we wrung the neck of the big block so much that we had them all hurt.
We were down to 7 passes per motor, and we were just bending rods.
Yeah, it was just horrible. And it was just catastrophic stuff that I know everybody thinks I just print money, but I don't. We work for a living. And I just couldn't keep up with as fast as we were tearing them up.
Even Westside couldn't keep up.
Yeah, Westside Machine, they couldn't even keep up with us.
And
so
it wasn't all, also, I don't know if we ever went into it, like, it wasn't a parts failure. It was just we couldn't upgrade the parts because we didn't have the downtime for all the blocks to undergo machining, balancing.
Different bob weight, bigger rod. You know, MGP sent me the rods through race winning brands, which was great, and I thanked them, but it just wasn't as good as rod as we had in it. Even though they were smaller rods, they weren't as good as the big rods that MGP made. Well, you know, we went through, and I talked to MGP, I talked to GRP, and, you know, MGP couldn't get them fast enough, so GRP made me a set, big, badass set, and that's what we did sick at the Rock with, and that's what we won with. That's what we went 384?
Yeah.
In the 8th. So, you know, which was cool. So now we got that problem fixed. I'm getting the other blocks fixed up. We'll get them to West Side, get them all back to normal. Everything will be good. So
the Mustang gave us the time.
Yeah, so the Mustang,
to do the R&D.
So getting the Mustang was just a business decision. I know everybody's like, oh my God, you got a Mustang. But it was just a business decision because it's a tool for my job. And I was out of tools. So we got a hold of Steven Brendel, and, you know, he was getting out of racing. I think I told everybody before, his kid got diagnosed with autism, and that just took the wind out of his sails. So Steven was kind enough to sell us that car with a bunch of spare parts, and we hit the ground running. And I mean, the car flies. We had a mishap with it, and, you know, we got it fixed right back up, and we've hit the ground running again this year. So we're third in points right now, and we plan on staying there and going forward. So
we're progressively getting that car faster. I mean, ProCharger.
Actually, you are getting the car faster. Jeffrey tunes that car solely now. When we first got it, we had Chase Driscoll helping us, and Jeffrey was looking at everything that he was doing. It was like, man, this is easy. I can do this. So, you know, Chase, he tunes a lot of people, so he was good, and Jeffrey took it over, and we have just, like I said, we made 8 passes 4 weeks ago, and 7 of them were career best. So faster than I've ever been. So long story, try to make it shorter. After working on the Mustang, working on the Hemi, I just was blown away how easy they are to work on. To do what we do with those big blocks, and to see the fans, some fans have seen what we do to keep going with the big blocks. We're up all night, changing stuff, and just it's
you change a motor, it totally changes tune-up, because even though they're the same motor,
different heads, different with same heads but different profile, different CNC, whatever. But this is amazing. You can take these heads off, don't even have to take the intake off. Same with the ProCharge motor. It's amazing. So, to back up a little bit, those small blocks were cool. We had 2 of them, and for what we spent on 2 of them, I called Eric Dillard. I said, if you got anybody interested in these, they're pretty nice. They're David Visner VD small blocks. He said, what do you want for them? I said, I want an MH7 complete, pan to intake. He said, turbo? I said, absolutely. So that's the deal we made. That's how we ended up with this. Jeffrey did all the plumbing on it, did the headers, did everything, precision turbo. We'll always be a turbo guy. The Mustang was just bought with the ProCharger, and we like the ProCharger too. It's fast. Stupid easy. It's fast. But this, I think, is a good decision on our part, because I'm getting older, he's getting older. He can't get the same amount of time that I could get from him before, because now he's got a crazy son, he's married, house, the whole deal. So this makes our life easier working on something like this than the big block Chevy, because we don't have to put 100 man hours into, change the motor or, freshen it up. I don't have to ship it off. I can freshen it up in the car, which is amazing. We could put rods, pistons, sleeves, you name it, in the car. So my hat goes off to Eric Dillard and the guys at Proline. They have streamlined this thing. Absolutely amazing. I was always a monkey see, monkey do, kind of making fun of this deal. I'm eating crow right now, because now I'm monkey see, monkey do, because these motors are amazing. And I'm here to tell you, it was life-changing for us to get that Mustang. And I think in this car, this makes me want to get this car back out. I've got a big surprise coming. This car will take big tire, small tire, you name it. It'll fit under it. We've got rear ends for everything. Huh?
Radial.
It'll do everything. So we're just touching the surface right now. In 2 weeks, we're going to take the Honda and we're going to take this to FuelTech, and we're going to put up some big numbers with this. We're going to see what kind of numbers we can get with Jeffrey's. Just get a baseline, because we've never had this before. Jeffrey's got a brand new motor in the Honda. We've never had that motor before. So we're going to get dyno time with Luis and the guys at FuelTech, which is amazing. I'm sure this is just a keystroke away for them, and that I'm sure is pretty simple for them too. So what will take us a couple trips at the track, trial and error, will take a whole day at the at dynoing with both cars, that I think we'll be able to hit the ground running with both cars. So I'm pretty excited. It's absolutely amazing that this motor's in here. I can't thank Corey and the boys at Goodrich Hose enough. They came and put the hoses on this. You guys seen it. Everybody's going to say, holy cow, another video on the 57. Well, guess what? It's running. So that's what this video is for. We finally got enough time in between getting the Mustang ready, testing the Mustang, getting Jeffrey's car ready, because Jeffrey's going to run Little Gangsters this year, and
well, that was the plan at the beginning.
Yeah, the second time we went testing, that was the plan for the Honda. We took the Honda and the Mustang, and all I wanted to do was put the titanium headers on the Mustang. I didn't care. I said, Jeffrey, your car first. Let's get it ironed out. Let's get it going 530s or 50s or whatever we have to do. Don't you know, first run, knock the rod out of it. So guess what? We tested everything on the Mustang. And I'm here to tell you, all those naysayers that about back purging, everybody told us, oh, you gotta back purge titanium. They'll break. They'll fall off the car. Well, guess what? I went a career best with those titanium headers on the car, and there ain't one damn crack in them. So I'm sure there's a time and a place for back purging, but it wasn't doing those because they work great. But, man.
Yeah. Well, let's tell them about our last couple of days.
Oh, yeah,
doing this.
shit.
So
Okay.
this thing, it has fought us, like 57 fashion, it has fought us.
So we got it running, fired right up. Then it sounded like shit, can't give it no throttle. It just was horrible. And it got so tense that we were gonna film it. Then Jeffrey and I got into a fight. Then we didn't film it. So we didn't film any of it. So it was just intense. It was miserable. We couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. We cranked the fuel pressure up. We had these lines backwards, Corey. Not your fault, my fault. So we had these lines backwards. We didn't have any oil pressure, just stupid shit going on. About the only thing we didn't have was a leak.
Yeah, no.
I mean, this thing didn't leak a drop. But we got it running enough to set the timing, but we'd start it up and it would idle and shut off and all kinds of shit. So I said, you know what? Let's just walk away. We had to walk away. It was a long day at the shop. And we usually get a hold of a friend of ours in Australia, Nathaniel. And it was too late to call him. We couldn't do it. So I just like, you know what? Let's just revisit it tomorrow. So we got here.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. So we got here and I said, just look at the laptop. Maybe it's just something we're missing. Oh, no, I changed the fuel pump.
Yeah, we thought maybe the fuel pump wasn't engaging properly.
Oh, that's right.
Or
So
it was backfeeding the primer pump.
when you looked in the laptop, you go, what the hell's going on with fuel pressure? It was 60, then it was nothing, and all over the place. So I changed the fuel pump. But I ran the pump, and I checked the clockwise, which way it was turning, and I tried it with a drill and a bucket of alcohol, and it worked, but I changed it anyways. Then he said, oh, it's the fuel filter. So I pulled the fuel filter
I didn't say
apart.
it was the fuel filter. I said, let's check the fuel filter.
Yeah, yes, you did. So when I did that, I opened that goddamn canister, and the frickin' O-ring goes the size of the moon. So you're not getting that back in there, which I did put it back in this morning, by the way.
The O-ring?
The O-ring went right back in.
Oh, it came back down to size?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Why it did that, I have no idea. It must stretch.
It probably needs a different kind of O-ring that doesn't swell with alcohol.
So, but anyways, so we did that, still nothing. And Jeffrey walks out here and he's like, yes. And he's like, he looks at this and he goes, who the hell put a 300 PSI sensor in here? Well, that's what we had in the small block because this is the same regulator. So,
and
you could finish that story.
Yeah, he was right. He said it's a sensor problem. But all of our cars, I always run a 150 on fuel pressure because we never go higher.
Why we have this in here, I don't know. But
random.
This is the big spring from Aeromotive that's in here. Notice how far out this is. This is 80 PSI.
Yeah,
we had it cranked the whole way down to the nut.
So it had like 200.
So we had cranked the whole way down. The fuel pressure read 60. And Jeffrey's like, what the hell? So he put that sensor in there, and all of a sudden we had to back that thing way out. Way out. Guess what? Fired right up.
Yeah,
sounds
idle's
amazing.
great, all that. It's just one of them stupid things that kicks your butt because you're like thinking, oh no.
You want to talk about
good.
Ass whooping. That was an ass whooping. And it just seemed like it never ended. No. So, man, other than I need to send the turbos back just to get them freshened up. We do have a few runs on them.
Maybe put some top secret ones on.
Yeah, double throw down.
Yeah.
So, because this is unlimited now. And everybody's going to say you can bring it to NPK. Well, the Outlaws. Yes, but not what you're thinking. I think we're going to try some radial with it. We're going to try some small tower with it. And at Bowling Green, we're going to try some big tower with it at the Tri-5 Nationals. So I didn't need this car. I almost sold it, and I told everybody out there in YouTube land that, you know what, it was for sale, but it's not for sale right now. So
Dontel gives us another problem.
yeah, well, you seen, I think we did video the what happened to the front end when they were doing the PPF. Well, Jeff, I'll tell you.
I don't know that we did.
this got clear on it. The PPF paint protection
it's got the
film.
Expel paint protection on it.
So the back looks beautiful, and they said we got a problem with your front end. I go down there, and when they peeled up on the PPF to re-stretch it, it peeled the paint, the chrome. It didn't peel the paint. It peeled the chrome, because when the guy spray chromed the front, he did the whole thing. Like, he had the front end up, like the headlights pointed up, and that shit ran down the whole way down the hood. So my painter, when he was trying to get it scuffed up to accept paint, that metal stuff keeps flaking. Well, Jeff got it back up the hood as far as he could, where it rolled over, and Jeff scuffed everything, painted everything, looked great. Well, when they did the PPF, guess what? That guy sprayed 2 layers of chrome, and he didn't scuff in between his chrome and the other chrome. And when they peeled up, sheet of paint come off. Just made me sick. So this car's been sitting with the Hemi in it. Everybody's gonna say, oh my God, it took you forever to get it running. It's because the wind got knocked out of my sail with that front end. It just made me sick. I got $4,000 into the chrome paint, and it's ruined now. So,
and I mean, in reality, we could have had this thing running in a couple of days.
Sure.
But we don't need it.
No.
We didn't have the time. We were working on other stuff, customer stuff.
We did our due diligence with the Mustang.
Yeah.
Our goal with the Mustang was to go fast, and that's exactly what we did. Then we planned on going fast with the Honda, and we blew it up. So that just put a kink in every wheel that we had. So this, finally, I said the other night when we got back to the shop, I said, let's just get it running. Well, I didn't realize that was going to be an ass-kicking contest, but I'm glad we did, because it sounds amazing. Wait till you hear it. It's just pretty cool. The motor's fresh. It's got great oil pressure. Rossler did the transmission for it. Quick's doing the small tire rear end. It's going to be awesome. It turned out, I love it. So we got to get the front end back, and then, well, I guess we don't need the front end. Like I said, we're going dynoing it in 2 weeks. Wednesday the 11th, we'll be at FuelTech with this and Jeffrey's car, so it's going to be cool.
Yeah, no, cool. I'm really excited to see what kind of numbers both of the cars make.
Yeah, I know these motors, they anywhere from 5,000 to 5,500, you know, I've seen. So if they stop at 4,500, I'll be happy.
Yeah,
but
that's
be really cool to see it make 5,500 though.
It would.
But that's about it. You ready to hear it?
I'm ready.
All right.
And also, we didn't go into
Did you show the inside?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Well, I'll show them again, but
it's beautiful.
So we do have an FT700 for this, but given our time, I made a mount for it. It was in there, all that, but I got to rewire a bunch of stuff because that gets rid of your O2 conditioners and a couple other things.
He's talking Dutch. I don't know what he means.
Well, yeah, but anyway, so we got the FT600 back in it for right now, but this will have the FT700 in it, and I don't know if they want me to bring that down for when we dyno it, and they can do it, help me with it then, if we have time.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You know what I mean? Maybe we get down a day early, not put them on a dyno, and just get that in there.
Jacob would be there. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. I would love to run
That's a phone call away. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So,
all right, here we go.
All right, let's hear it.
Ignition on. Give a little prime. It's only got 80 psi fuel pressure this time.
That sounds gnarly.
That is a sweet sound. My big blocks always sound good, and I thought small blocks sounded all right, but that right there is rowdy. I mean, that is gnarly. It sounds big. So we're gonna get with the boys at Precision, find out what kind of double throwdown top secret we can put on this, and man, I'll tell you what, next video will be dynoing it.
Yeah,
we're ready.
Dyno in both cars. So,
or I guess we could put it on the ground.
I guess that won't be next video. Next video will be Virginia recap.
Oh yeah,
and race.
Yeah, we're getting. So today is Wednesday. My wife and I and my grandson and the dog are leaving later tonight. Jeffrey's leaving with the motorhome, take the apparel trailer. So we're headed to Virginia. It don't look good for this weekend, but you know you can't get rained out if you're not there. That's always been my thing. You know, so and in our contract they can keep us Monday and Tuesday to race. So I'm in. Let's get the racing done because we're number 3 in points right now. We need to capitalize on it. So that's a wrap. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Guess what? She's back.